Welcome everybody. This is the Men of the Metaverse podcast. Louis, I said we're gonna do a intro, like like a real professional intro, where it's just a video and playing and graphics and stuff like that. But for right now, this is our intro. I am Beach Dad. I'm here with Louis. How are you doing today, Louis? On this beautiful Sunday.
I'm doing lovely. I'm doing lovely. Thank you for asking.
Uh-huh. Did you watch any church today? Not saying that's a part of Sunday, but did you hear any inspirational messages or words, anything like that?
I actually did, Brandon,
Mhm.
and it's kind of intriguing you brought that up. I don't know why did you bring that up?
Well, because it is Sunday, I listen to a little bit, and sometimes I guess the pastor, depending on who it is, like they'll say something and it'll resonate with you, and it's just funny how that is sometime, and it's for a reason. So I figured I would bring it up to you.
Yeah, the message I heard today, we have three slides we don't have nothing to talk about. We could talk about these three slides on this computer. So
Okay.
yes, I did learn something today, and that's a little deeper conversation we'll have to have about people,
Hmm.
privilege, and power, and also talks about grace is bigger than sin.
Mm. Okay.
So, but well, I ain't ready to talk about. Well, we
Right. That's what I'm
can,
about to
but
say. That's deep.
yeah, but let me give you a quick thing about
Okay. Go ahead.
some people, God blesses other people, right?
Correct.
And some people may done bad in their life, and God still blessing them, correct?
Yeah. Hmm.
And why the other people may say, why did he or she get all them blessings
Right.
and why not me?
Right.
That is wrong. You don't need to think like that. You need
But
to
is
be
isn't it hard to fight against that feeling? Like somebody's clearly getting a blessing and you see it and you feel it and you feel like you missing out on your blessing. You've been doing good and you've been faithful and you've been down for God. Where's your blessing? Like, did he miss me?
it is hard, but as we grow in our spiritual ways,
Hmm.
you should be happy for others
Correct.
improvements, because those can be God blessing.
Right.
So when you hating on another person, you may I'll use the word may because he didn't say
Mhm.
this in here, but you may be hating on God too.
Right. That's a good point. But
So
can you like it's hard to stop those feelings. Like, can you do anything about it if you a hater? Like I know
no, it's
you
not
may.
hard to stop them feeling. You
But
either gonna
listen,
be a
listen.
hater or you ain't gonna be one.
but can you fight that? What if you a hater and you don't want to be? What is there anything you can do about it?
Well, you everybody got their roles in life. So you
Hmm.
just gonna be a hater all your life. That's how you want to get down. That's how you want to get down.
Right.
So you go live like Joe Osteen said. Some people live in the gutter.
Hmm.
So you could choose to live in the gutter and not live in the gutter.
Yeah.
I choose not to live in the gutter. Brandon, how do you choose?
I choose to see the gutter, know that's not where I want to be, and to just fly it, rise above it, and just walk. I try to walk where I think God wants me to walk, and it could be tough sometimes because it can feel like things are falling down on you, and it may be an easier way. But I think when you're in your purpose. It's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be hard, but it's not going to be easy.
Before we talk about these guns, some people love being in the gutter
Hmm.
and they love God at the same time. So they could drag you down in the gutter. Don't mean you have to stay down in there because some people live in the gutter.
Yeah. And I
I
think
don't.
the pastor that I was listening to, he was saying you might be familiar with, and we're gonna use your word, the gutter, and it feels natural, more natural. But sometimes you got to fight that feeling and go with what you know is right. Sometimes, even if it's uncomfortable,
How people know it's right and they
what's
no and
people.
no
But go ahead, go
nah.
ahead, go ahead, go
How
ahead.
they know what's right and they like the gutter, Brandon? That's their home.
Mm.
That's what make them
Because
comfortable.
well, we'll use a prostitute or people doing drugs, and you know it's wrong, but it feels good and it feels right, and that's the gutter. But it's not right. You're hurting people around you. You're hurting yourself, and you feel hopeless, but that's not right, even though that's where you are.
So why did Jesus hang out? Okay, I'll tell you this.
Go ahead.
The disciples and the people around Jesus, if the police pulled up and patted them down, They'll find prostitutes. They'll find people with weapons. They'll find gamblers, and they'll find your winos. Why did Jesus hang around with those type of Peter if that's so wrong, Brandon?
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong, but when you're doing wrong, that's not your final chapter. You still have room to grow. Like you can be a stripper, you can be a prostitute, but that's not your end goal. That's not your end career. That's not the final chapter for you. But it can be if you keep doing what you're doing. And I think that's the whole thing with Jesus was down there with the real people with the real issues, trying to show them like, look, God loves you. I'm gonna show you a different way, but I'm not gonna abandon you just because you're doing what you're doing. You're living in sin because like you said, we all sin.
Brandon, we could have this conversation on a later date. So let's
right.
talk about these bullets.
In a weird conversation, but go ahead. It's still a good conversation. It's a manly conversation.
Yeah, a lot of people come here to want to be entertained, and we can provide them with some entertainment now. Basically, right now we about to do a reaction. We about to do a reaction video on one of the videos. It's a random video that I posted. Right. This will let the audience know our content is not scripted at all. If we have scripted content, it's usually lasts 30 minutes to get around the deep dive on it.
Right.
But anything 1 minute is not too deep.
And this is my thing because I called you about this because I saw some of the comments like, what's wrong with being creative, making content, showing people, hey, there's a different way of doing something. You can save money. Why don't you try this? I didn't see a lot of people commending you on it because when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a very clever idea, but people love to jump to the negative, and that's fine. Like I say, I'd rather get that kind of reaction so we'll know what people are really feeling. But it was still a great idea, and I think they kind of missed that part of it and think about thinking outside of the box. Like you don't have to just be programmed to go to the store and buy something. But go ahead.
I would say a lot of people did like it, so this is a good lesson. You can have a lot of people like you, but you still gonna have haters that don't like you. They missed the point. And a study came out this week that says 130 million Americans read and comprehend on the 6th grade level. So they may some people may take our videos and don't see the point, and it goes right over the head.
Which is scary though. That's scary. But that's the reality.
Especially, watch this, excuse my language, especially coming from country ass nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You can't understand me. Okay. Let's see, Brandon. If you can hear this, give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a thumbs up when it's playing. Oh shit, I knew my
mouse. But you on your new computer, so I'm
nah, this ain't me. Hold on. Just about to spin.
I can hear it.
You know what? I was just about to spend $200 something for something to hold my ammo for my lever action. Then I thought about it. I said, why spend all that money? Well, I could just buy this little sleeve for $5, put some cable ties on it, and call it a day. I ain't too good for no cable ties. I already got to get used to this red dot on lever action. I'm not used to that. So we'll see what's going on. We'll see how this work out. Because I shot this with no red dot and using this peephole right here. This thing is like an eagle eye, man. This little Rossi 92 is like an eagle eye. But hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And what works. Cable ties. Look at that. Done deal. That quick, that simple. You know what? All right, Brandon, we need to hear that again?
No. I think we got the message, and that first comment is the one that I saw, and I said, "Oh, I got to call Lewis."
What did it say? What did it say about it?
Bet those zip ties feel good on the face. Very bad idea.
Now, Brandon. Now some people this to talk, right?
Right.
You see the zip ties on here, right?
I do.
Now watch this. Watch this, Brandon. Look. Okay, let's hold the gun like I hold it.
Right.
Brandon, look. Wait, hold on. Now, I used to have a saying when I was a manager in manufacturing. I said, every time you do metal work, make it so smooth you can rub your dick across it.
Mm.
I can rub my dick across that and nothing happened, Brandon.
Mm.
So why
But
would
let me ask you this before you start. Do you think it has anything to do with race? I know we go race a bunch of times, but like people do what you just did all the time, or would they would still comment the same comment?
yes, I think I have nothing to do with race.
Okay, go ahead.
I think some people don't like cable ties, but they don't realize this. Your car probably at least have 500 cable ties
That's
in
what I
it.
was about to say.
Your
With them
computer,
hoses, right? Mm-hmm.
your computer at least have 5 cable ties in it. Your washing machine at least have 10.
Right.
Every tool you work with got some cable ties in it. But
Right.
somehow I put this gun. I said I'm saving some money.
Mm-hmm.
And they said this will hurt me right here, Brandon. You see this?
Right. Right. And that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, do they think it's a firing part in the back of the gun? Like, I don't understand how this could not work. How could this fail? How could you see this failing?
I don't know. When I was making the slide, I said in California they had a mass shooting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Asian person shot like 10, 17 people.
Mm-hmm.
If you looked at his guns, he had cable ties at the end.
Oh, he did.
So what? So the cable ties was obviously working in his situation,
right?
Even though he used it at a bad point. But what? People just got something to say, Brandon.
Yeah, and like I said, that's fine because it ultimately helps us. And you kind of want to get pushed back. You don't want to just have a bunch of people agreeing with you because you're not going to learn people's point of view and you're not going to get anything from the public if you don't know how they really think. So I appreciate it, even though I disagree. And we can do that, right? We can disagree with what people have to say and not get in our feelings, not be emotional about it.
I think most people did agree. It's just some people who just didn't like this. You know what I mean?
But why? How could you not like this? You saving money. It's resourceful. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I talked to you about it. I said, like, that's more a survival kind of thing. And you would think people would be embracing that. But they want to go to the store and buy something that's overpriced. That's probably the parts for it is even cheaper than they paid for it. So I paid for what you set up right there. So
we gonna show, hey Brandon. Now, my first resort wasn't no damn cable ties, Brandon.
Oh, what was it?
We will get to it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna show you what I really, really wanted. But I had to come back to reality and put my big boy drawers on and meet my goal. All right. The second comment says, definitely should spend the money. Why do you think that, Brandon? A person say something like that? You should have spent the money.
Right. Like I say, just to be on the opposite side. Like I say, they saw what you did. They hated on it, you know, and just immediately say, oh, you should have just spent your money. Be a consumer.
Brandon, I bought this gun last month, Brandon. Can't you leave that? Last month or a month before that, one of those two. I put it on my credit card. Can't you believe that?
No, I cannot actually.
Do you think I pay interest on it?
No.
Why not?
Because I just know you.
I don't pay no interest. I put it on my credit card, got the 3% cash back, and paid it off in a day.
That sounds like you.
You know what I mean?
And like I say, that's some of the messages that we push on this channel, but people tend to not want to save. They don't want to penny pinch. They don't want to be cheap. And sometimes that'll save you in the long run. Like you said before, you want to eat out, you want to go out for lunch and do all this. But when you turn 50 and 60, you're going to be eating dog food. To quote you, I'm not sure if that's exactly what you said, but
it could be worse because you go watch this. Let's get political. One of the person who's running for president, Nikki Haley, aka the former governor of South Carolina, she want to push back Social Security. So she want the people qualified for Social Security. If you're a black guy, you'll be dead by then.
Right. So they want you to work longer when you're older. Then you start
get it. You see the game?
Right.
But go ahead. Okay, let's go to the third one. It says you should at least use black ties to match the color of the rifle. He is correct. He is correct, brother. I looked. But I said, Now I may have some black ties, but they way deep in
Mm,
something.
mm,
I don't feel like lifting all them heavy things to get to it.
right.
But I got some white ones
Right.
right here at my feet.
And let me try them out. And it worked. So I'm gonna rock with this. And
Well,
I'm gonna
shit,
shoot a video.
I didn't need to try them out. I knew they gonna work. They cable ties. You know, I just had to make sure
Well, let me
the
ask you a
sharp
question.
edge is on
Have
the
you
opposite
that's what I'm
side.
about to say. Have you ever put the zip ties in wrong? I still don't know the right way to do it. And sometimes I'll put it in and you'll pull against it and be like, okay, that's the wrong way. So let me flip it the other way and put them in. That's just
Brandon,
me.
as a person who had to do industrial maintenance for 15 years, I ain't never put a cable tie. I ain't never put a cable tie on. And I
So
used to.
what side? So what side is it? Because it's a larger end, it's the back, and it's a smaller end, which is on the front. But I'm not sure which one is which.
All right, you got like a box at one end
Mm-hmm.
and the strap at the other end. If you
But
look,
on the side of the box, it looks like it's a larger box and a smaller box. You know what I'm saying?
will you let me explain the damn thing?
Go ahead. I'm trying to break it
All
down even
right,
more. Go
all
ahead. Go
right.
ahead.
You got a box at one end, and the box is connected to a strap.
Okay, gotcha.
If you curl the strap around without twisting it and put it back in the box, that is the correct way to put on the cable tie.
Okay, but you can still flip it the other way and do it. I'm just saying. So which way is out
Most cable ties used to have a natural
the re-
curve,
okay?
a slightly natural curve in it. If you curve it that way, it'll automatically go in.
So the rough edge on the outside, that's the outer part, and the smooth is on the inside.
The rough edge always need to be on
Gotcha.
outside.
There you go.
So you went real technical with it.
Because like I said, I put them in. That's the wrong way. Let me do it the other way, and then it worked. But I'm
See
never
what
looking
Brandon
at it.
did. He made the smooth side
Right.
all the way around, then put it in there. No,
Right.
the rough edge needs to be showing on the outside all the
Because
time.
usually when I'm using them, I mean, I've done it for like my grow lights and that kind of stuff. I'm usually holding something and then I'm trying to put a zip tie on it and lock it up on the grow rack that I had. And like I said, I'm like, oh shoot, that's the wrong way. So I got to try to flip it real quick.
And I'm gonna show you my experience. I had some mechanics was too lazy when you tighten up a cable tie, they'll leave the tail still hanging out. So the
So you
tail
cut it off? Yeah.
You cut it off. You got to cut it off. Don't be that lazy. Guys making $30 an hour won't cut the tail off. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
All right, let me
Very
get back
precise.
To what you mean? Ain't that damn precise?
No, because some people just lock it down and let it be.
No, it's everything is a right and a wrong to everything, man. And they was just doing the wrong way. What the hell? Hold on, people. We about to go to the next one. All right. Now, for everything I do, I have goals. Brandon, what's my first goal?
Okay, accurate at 50 to 100 yards.
All right. My second goal was good accuracy. I should have said accuracy, but hey, this man in the metaverse. From 0 to 50 yards. Brandon, what was my third goal?
Extra ammo on the gun.
All right. And my last goal for the metrosexuals out there in the comments.
Right, they got a
match. Black accessories. I did not match the cable ties. I did not want to dig deep in my toolbox, right over there, real deep. I didn't want to try to find some black ones, so I just put these puppies on there.
Let me ask you a question. Go ahead. Yeah. But I'm gonna let you finish. I'll let you finish before I jump more.
Those was my needs. The last one was a want, but the first three was a need. What was your question, Brandon?
So back to want. Like, do you customize guns? Because that's a big thing now. It's big in gaming. Like, people spend a lot of money customize their gun on Call of Duty just for another one to come out next year to spend more money. And they do it in real life too. And it's a lot of beautiful guns that you could customize all kind of different ways. Put different pieces on it, change them up. Are you into that too? Do you have a lot of custom guns?
All right. My preference, I like a lot of stock guns.
Mm-hmm.
if I personalize a gun, it would be a gun that's not made really for shooting. It'll be made for displays.
Got you.
Also, allegedly, some YouTube uh, lawyers who specialize in gun rights, they urge people really not to too much customize their guns in like I uh I like eagle eye or
Mm-hmm.
put
But why though?
crosses on it,
Why?
because when they bring that to a jury, if you shoot somebody,
They just make you look crazy. I
yeah,
guess.
they're gonna make you look crazy. Like I said, you know, if you have a gun right here and on the back of your gun says, "I'm a killer motherfucker," on the back of the gun,
Right.
and
It's gonna be hard to
if you use that gun, they gonna bring the gun in trial. Latest jury, so and so, the defendant has "I'm a killer motherfucker" on his gun,
right.
and he happened
to kill a
shoot this
person.
He happened to shoot this person, so he was already something wrong in the head. Not
Correct.
mentally disabled, but he was he had malice already up in him.
Right. And I think about that too when people own a lot of weapons too. Can they use that in court? Is that
Yes, guys, every time you watch the news, at least every 2 weeks, especially in New York, somebody go do one illegal act, and the weapon and the person happened to have 300 rounds of ammo and 3 firearms, they'll pay them off as a damn he was a mass killer, brother.
Right. I know, right.
He was a mass every time in hold on. Where I live at, when they pull somebody over and they got an ounce of cocaine or an ounce of fentanyl, some fentanyl pills, they'll pull out the pistol, one extended magazine, and 50 rounds laid out on the table like this man was on to the teeth.
Right.
Dangerous. So that's what they do, Brandon.
Yeah.
But man, this was the goal. The goal was to have okay accuracy from 50 to 100 yards. That means if I had to pull, I aim for your chest and hit you in your stomach. That's okay accuracy. Good accuracy between 0 and 50 yards. If I aim, it's going to go exactly where I aim at. I want an extra ammo. So if me and Brandon jump on a boat to go fishing in Lake Murray, we could bring this rifle, just put it down there, and we straight. You know, in case we have to use more rounds that's what's in this tube, I got some in the back.
Right.
And for cosmetics purposes, I wanted the stuff to be black.
I got you.
All right. Now, Brandon, let's go deep down in the rabbit hole. This one I wanted, Brandon. This is the gun I want. This is the accessories I wanted.
Now, what kind of gun is this before we go into it?
It's not exactly like this, but it's similar. It's a level action Henry, probably chamber in 44, 30, or 45, 70. But it's basically the same gun, this in a different caliber and a different brand. But the accessories, I could buy these accessories for this gun right here. And this is what I wanted, Brandon. I wanted a red dot for $349. I wanted a handguard for $169. I wanted a stock for $275. And I wanted something to hold the bullets for $65.
Now, is that reasonable? Is that reasonably priced? You think that's fair?
Yes.
Okay. But
yeah, it's fair.
But why? How would you think? Why would you think that's fair? Because maybe I would look at this and be like, well, this is kind of like what buying a Gucci belt or some Jordans. Is it, well, no, I wouldn't say Jordan. We'll just stick to designer stuff because it just seemed like, well, you already got your firearm. This stuff is not necessarily that necessary, right?
Well, these accessories does two things. Like, I want to see, can I pull this whole thing up? Let me see. Can this happen?
because
All
it
right.
looks great. Yeah, it looks great.
All right. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Now the hand guard, you are able to add accessories to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's easily add a flashlight. It's
Yeah.
easy to add a laser. It easily add a hand guard, an extra hand guard, or it just looked badass.
Right. I hear you.
Now that's for $169. Can you see your screen, Brandon?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this red dot. The red dot I wanted, I don't want to say the brand name, but it was, I think it was a Vortex, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an okay brand name, $349
For a dot. Like I
for
know
red.
they've got cheaper sites that you could buy, right? That would still work on there.
They do, they do. But the one I originally wanted was that, but it
Okay.
had a little problem.
What?
The one I originally wanted was a 6 MOA,
Uh-huh.
and that was a little too large to hit my accuracy like I
I
wanted.
got you. And I guess that's a good way to look at it because that's an important feature on your gun. You want to make sure that everything is lined up and in alignment so you can hit what you're trying to hit and it works the way you want it to work. So that is a very important piece. And I can understand why it would cost that much money if it's going to work and be effective like you need it.
Actually, it cost more, but it wasn't accurate like I wanted to be.
Mm.
Like a 6 MOA, that means don't quote me, that means at 100 yards, when you pull the trigger, it can hit anywhere between 6 inches in diameter.
I got you.
So the smaller it is, the smaller diameter it can hit. So it's a little variance.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
All right. All right. Now the stock that I wanted was this stock right here that cost $275. Now this stock, it does look badass. This stock will lighten up your gun. This stock will allow you to add more accessories to your gun because it had like an M-lock system right here that can add more rounds to it. But that was $275. And next is the ammo.
And that's probably my favorite part right there. So
what, this right here?
Yeah.
The ammo, that little contraption was $65. And the only thing it done is just, hold on, let me show you. It's just held this right here, $65. But to do that, you had to buy $275
right
plus $65 just to do this right here. So what I really wanted was $858.99 plus tax. Tax is 6%. Now, Brandon, is $858 a lot of money?
Is it a lot of money for the average person? Yes.
Wow.
On something that you're probably not. I mean, I can see if this was maybe your main weapon, but what firearm is this for you? Probably number 6, maybe, like in your active rotation. Would you take it to the range? Maybe not. Like how much daylight is it gonna see?
This firearm, I purchased this for several reasons. First reason, I always want me a lever action. So that, I always want me a lever action. The second reason I purchased, this could be an okay truck gun where gun laws are very strict.
Okay.
Because people don't like to see AK-47s. They don't like to see AR-15s in certain up north states.
Right.
But this right here, this is a regular old hunting rifle. It ain't gonna hurt no. It's a regular old hunt. That's all it is. It's no big deal. Somebody get caught on the news shooting people with us, they ain't gonna say they had an assault rifle.
Right.
They ain't gonna say it.
Right.
It ain't.
That's a good point.
This is gonna be an excellent truck gun. It'll be an excellent boat gun. So that was the use. And I personally wanted a lever action too. So that was the only use for it.
I got you. But you could have got some designer shoes, right? No,
Brandon, what they got to do with it?
I'm just saying, you saying $800 extra on top of what you paid for. Like if you're trying to do this, or you're trying to make it seem like it's not a lot of money, or I mean, because it could be depending on where you are in life. But as long as you have your priorities straight and this is something that you want to do and you budget it in, it kind of doesn't matter.
Well, it does to a extent. Let's think about this. I had goals, so I had to meet all these criteria. All these met the criteria, but it cost $858. Now, at the current time, this is March the 12th. We have a federal treasury system that want to get rid of jobs to stop inflation. Most Americans don't have $400 in the bank cash.
Right.
Most Americans don't have $1,000 in the bank cash.
Right. What percentage do you think? Because I think people
I know
need
the
to hear this.
percentages.
Yeah, but
I
that's what I'm saying. Right. But people need to hear this. Go ahead. What is the percentage of people have $400? Let's say $400.
I think it's around 40 to 50% don't have $400, and then 80% don't have
$1,000. Right.
And guess what, guys? You got people making six figures. They don't have $1,000 cash in the bank. They leave paycheck to paycheck, just like regular old people.
Right.
So $858 is a lot of money. I used to listen to a guy that described he had a policy, never buy nothing that you can't buy it 7 times over.
Okay. Well, I've heard twice, but who said it was 7 times over? But
twice over. It was a guy, what's his name? He's dealing gold and silver. I forgot his name, Elon or something. But he said his policy only buy stuff that you could buy 7 times over.
Gotcha.
Now see, 7 times over, that's a big number, ain't it?
Right.
But watch this. $100. If you got $700 in the bank and you want to buy something cost $100, you could buy
it. Right.
So it's a big number, but it still holds you to it.
Yeah, but you got to think about your money in that way, and things come up. Life happens. Like something could happen to your car, or something could happen to somebody in your family. They need to borrow some money, or you know what I'm saying, you want to go out to eat. Like you got to calculate all these things and try to hold on to your money as much as possible so you can be saving and building and stacking, like people like to say, just because you never know what's going to happen. And your money, you can spend your money, but once it's gone, it's gone. If you save it, you always have options.
Now, if I went by that policy 100%, if I had to spend 7 times over for this gun, I wouldn't buy it, Brandon.
We wouldn't have a lot of stuff, but
I gotta buy an HVAC system for my rental property. I want to buy this, but if it was 2 times over, yeah, I can see that. But 7 times, hell no. But that's a good policy to live by. But Brandon, now this is the gun I got now. This is how we sit. I didn't put the gun price in there, but the accessories, $5.99, $4.99. The red dot that does the same thing on sale, $74.99.
Right. For
a grand total of $79.98. And some people, the minority people said I should have spent more. It don't look right. But what they failed to ask, what was my goals.
Right.
It met all my goals, Brandon.
And you're happy with it. And it's got your imprint on it. Like I think sometimes that stuff is important. Like
I ain't happy, I'm satisfied.
Right, you satisfied. Well, I think you happy too. I think you when because I do stuff like that too, and I get, I'm not gonna say a rise at it, but it feels good doing stuff where you can take scraps and turn it into something that's functional and get, like you say, meet your goals.
Amen. Now the difference is $780. Now we just said most people don't have $1,000. But we had some people in the audience complain about me saving $780 and still meet my goal was a problem.
Right.
But you know what I could do with $780, Brandon?
A lot of things.
I could buy 1,300 rounds of 38 specials. You know how long it would take me to shoot 1,300 rounds out of this gun?
A long time.
I how many rounds I got in here? I probably got 50 or 60 rounds in this gun now. I'm taking it this week or next week to the gun range to put more. But I got 50 or 60 rounds in there already.
Mm.
I could buy 735 rounds of 357 for that
Mm.
price. Now let's put this down into reality. How much per shot, Brandon? Without doing the math, guess how much it costs to shoot the 38 special?
How much?
60 cents per shot. Every pull of trigger, 60 cents. Pah,
Mhm.
watch this. That bullet cost 60 cents, Brandon. All right. Is 60 cents a lot of money?
Mm-mm.
But if you shoot 366 cents, 60 cents, is that a lot of money, Brandon?
Yeah. It
Oh,
starts to
okay.
add up.
All right. Guess how much it costs to shoot a 357?
How much?
$1.06 per round. So you go to the gun range. I think this thing holds 8.
Mm.
To shoot this gun full cycles, it would be over $8, Brandon. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And people had something to say because I saved money and decided to have practice, to use the money on practice,
Mm-hmm.
practice, and practice. That I made the wrong decision.
Right. Well, that's just so hard to argue against what you did, but people will do it. You know, I could see if you didn't buy the gun, you tried to build a gun. Maybe I would be like, okay, Lewis, now you're doing a little too much. But you
What you
bought
mean
the
try
gun.
to? What you mean try to build a gun? What's wrong with building a gun?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but can you build a gun?
You can't build this gun, but you can build a modular gun.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, like, you bought the real gun. You're just doing accessories at this point. So you have a fully functional gun. You pay full. What am I gonna say? You pay full price for it, but you're good to go. You just wanted to customize it some in your own way and save money in the process.
It's not customized.
That's not customized to you.
I just added on with accessories to make it more usable.
Right. But you customize the design some. Like if you bought that other stuff, spending $800, that's still a customization.
Now those would be customizations.
If you write a smiley face on your barrel, that's customization. You customize and put your own touch on it.
Okay, I agree with you with that, Brandon.
But like I said, it's just hard to argue with that. But what we got right here?
I don't feel like going. What's it? My charisma. My charisma is having a strong sense of manhood or masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like a lot of people associate my charisma with firearms. Yeah. So the bigger gun you have, the bigger your dick is.
Right.
The bigger you can please a woman. Yeah. That's why in some of our videos, when we talked about 9mm or 22s, guys got angry. Because we was talking, if I said a 22 or 9mm is fine,
yeah,
I just told those guys they got to. I don't care about your size. I care about what it does.
Right.
You care. You view it as the size of your dick. That's why you can't see past it.
Right.
You know?
Which is weird.
It ain't weird. But
no, if you putting logic to the side and I'm not gonna say fantasizing about these guns, but
fantasizes, Brandon.
You obsessing about the size and all this stuff, and it's just weird. Like a gun is a gun to me. I mean, they can do different things, but they all they can do the same thing as well. It may not be in the same capacity, but yeah, is it still effective? Yeah. Can you give your opinion on bullets? Yeah.
You ever wonder why the French, Spain, Portuguese, and Great Britain was able to take over the world so quickly, easily?
Did I wonder about it? Maybe. Go ahead. Humor me.
They got off of killing.
What do you mean?
It was satisfaction to have a big gun and use that big gun against people.
Mm.
So in a 1100s, 1200s, 1400s, right after the Roman Empire fell, people in Europe said, hey, we ain't under this Roman control no more. We in our own territory. Let's fight to keep our own territory.
Gotcha.
And for 800 years, they've been fighting each other. And then a miracle happened, Brandon. Guess what the miracle happened?
What happened?
The Atlantic slave trade.
Right.
Instead of focus on fighting your next door neighbors in Europe, they said, let's focus on sending these people who've been fighting for 300, 400, 500 years across the water to conquer some stuff. So that's what you went up against. That's what the Native Americans and the natives in this side of the earth went up against. They went up against a people who was fighting for 800 years, Brandon.
I got you.
And how can you win against that?
You can't. Well, let me say this one thing, Lewis. Have we been in school together? Have we been in classes together?
Allegedly.
Yeah. I've been in class with Lewis. Now, Lewis he knows everything about history, but back in the day, I remember Lewis being in class. He was paying attention, but he was actually drawing too. He was doing his own thing in class.
Wait, hold on, now you got me now. Hold on. What class now? I'm gonna take allegedly off the table. What class you talking about?
I just remember being in some classes with you, and I just didn't know you had such a passion for history. Like I knew you like art. I knew you liked. Let's see. We were decent in math. You enjoyed math, even though we was in that other class. We ain't gonna talk about that too much. but I just didn't know you were such a historian. The historian you are now. Like you have a lot of knowledge as far as dates, how they taught history in class. I think you have a different understanding of history now, and that comes from reading material at post college, older. I don't know. You read, and like you read a lot of books too, so you gained a lot of knowledge from a lot of different sources outside of the school system. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, okay, I can put it like this, Brandon. It's when I do enjoy history, especially histories dealing with America. So I greatly enjoy American history. When you read a lot of sources, you kind of connect. If you reading to comprehend and to expand your mind, you connect a lot of sources. Like guess what, Brandon? 2 weeks ago, I discovered a new war tactic.
Okay.
And it's weird. You kind of made emphasis to it several weeks ago.
Okay, what is?
You remember when we was talking about firearms, right?
Yeah.
And you said the guys in the Civil War used to do this, turn it off and do it out, did like that. I discovered last week or 2 weeks ago when Great Britain was in India, they like to control things. In India, getting all the textile stuff, they hired some Indian guys to fight for them because that's what they do. You the minority, you got to hire the locals to fight for you.
Correct. And
I discovered that Great Britain was sending those little packages like this.
The one terrible.
They required grease, and the grease they was using came from pigs and cows. Now, the Indian people, Buddhists and Muslim, their cow and pig is sacred. So if that touches your mouth, you're supposed to kill yourself, something like that.
I got you.
So what kind of mindset do certain people have? The people fight for your stuff, but you still seeing stuff that they'll find sacrilegious to them to use.
Right.
And guess what happened, Brandon?
What?
The Indian people found out about it. And an uproar happened.
Of course. Yeah, because they take that very serious. You remember one of our friends was Indian. Had a hotel, and we kind of joked about him. And you kind of joked about him too, but it was very serious. It was very serious about how they did with cows, and they would bathe in the river with the cows or something like that. But like I said, that's very serious to them, and they don't joke about that kind of stuff. So imagine being tricked, and you're at war, you're using something, and you had no idea.
No, you fighting for these people for money.
Right.
But at the same time, they sending stuff against your religion
Right.
to try to break you in this whole process.
Right. And you don't even see it, and you don't even really realize it.
Oh, they realize once they find out what happened. It's called the Indian Mutiny.
Okay. I have to try to look up in it.
So
look
you
into that.
Look that up, and then when you read it, like it's something stuff like Muslims and Indians, once you die, they gotta like take the body and clothe them up and like do special
wrap
stuff.
them up.
Yes.
Do it like a certain. Okay.
And during the war, these particular people were so malicious. They used to take the people, put them in front of cannons, and to kill them, and let the cannon go off and it bust through their chest. So the people can't take the body and wrap
it up and do it
because the body was blown out into pieces. So when you think about warfare and all this type of stuff, religion is used as a weapon,
and it's still being used now.
Yeah,
with us,
I remember sometimes in our conversation last year, I said, Brandon, don't put none of that Christianity stuff on me.
Well, I try to get you away from it, but still, whether you're spiritual, whether you're Christian or whatever your connection with God is, I think it's important to have a connection with God and think about that kind of stuff, because you will need it.
I said, Brandon, don't put that Jesus stuff on me. See, Jesus can make you weak.
Yeah.
Or it can make you strong, according how you use it. Is my camera getting kind of blurry?
It's a little bit, but it's not bad.
I got another video I want to show you. How much time you got left, Brandon?
Do about 15 minutes. You want to do another gun video? Because we do got a topic, because I was saying I made a topic, should Ja Morant sue?
Brandon, you just made that shit.
Because you asked me about it. You asked me about it.
Okay, we could go ahead and go with it.
Let me pull a picture, because I do have a picture. Oh shoot, not really, but I guess
you got a picture of him in the club.
What's the one? Is that the one? I'll say. I have to blow it up. Why does this pop up want to do this? Oh, here we go. Lewis.
Is that another woman in the background?
It looked like it's a man right here with his face blurred, and it may be a woman right there. They blur her all the way up. And they left the other woman unblurred. And
they left Ja Morant unblurred too, huh?
Is that fair? What do you think they're doing to Ja Morant? Or is he doing this to himself?
Brandon, Ja Morant is 24 years old. he right now he don't make a lot of, watch this. His future check's gonna be a whole lot of money, but right now he's making $33,000 a day.
Okay, and like I say, it sounds good. It sounds good on paper, but what happens if that stops? If you get injured, and now you got to live the rest of your life, and you're still trying to keep this lifestyle up. I don't know about you, Lewis. That look like a lot of money. That's not carpet over there. I'm not saying he threw it. I'm not saying that, but when you go to these strip clubs, people want to get a lot of money, and you want to do this often. This is not his first rodeo. You can tell.
Brandon, can I ask you a personal question?
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Do you got $1,500 cash?
Yeah.
I got $1,500 cash.
Okay.
We go to the bank, get that in all ones. We can recreate the same.
Yeah, we could. but guess what? But guess what? How many times can we do that? We got a whole season, 82 games. How many times you think?
No, we're talking about us.
But I'm just saying, we're not going to, because when you do this, you don't want to just do it one time.
Brandon, this is at least once a month or twice a month right here.
For who? Him?
For him. Here's the thing. With Ja Morant, people don't know. I found it suspicious. Last year, a year before, when Ja Morant broke up with his longtime girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
I knew some stuff was about to happen, brother.
Yeah. And it's funny because I saw some videos with his daughter kind of last year, and I don't see too many of those. Not saying they don't show him or he doesn't do them, but they were doing an image thing with him last year, and it's a total different image this year.
When he broke up with after his first year, we broke up with his longtime girlfriend.
Yeah.
I said it's downhill. Here's the thing. Any new woman who comes in his life, they go see him as Mega Millions.
Right.
The
let me ask you. So, do you think the girlfriend was good for him, especially since she got in with him before he got into the NBA? I'm not saying she did, but I'm just saying that's a good thing, right?
Now, if she got with him while he was a freshman in college, she may be okay. She may be okay, but she will probably be better than any woman he meets in the future.
Now, yeah,
because now he got too much money.
Right.
Got too much. And look at now. You tell me this. Now I've been in the strip. I only had a few lap dances in my life. I particularly don't like them. Well, okay. No, okay, hold on. Let me not say it like that. I particularly don't pay for it.
Okay.
I pay like I particularly don't pay for it. I'd rather be at the bar and looking with my eyes and people to see it.
Right. And it's a personal story. We've been in a club one time. I remember Columbia, and we were just chilling, drinking. And do you remember the DJ was like, "All right, now y'all can't just be up in here and not throwing no money."
I remember that.
You remember that? And like I say, sometimes you just want to chill and drink, but they not there for that necessarily. Like, they need tricks. They need people doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I remember that. See, Brandon, the club was empty that night. Am I correct?
It was empty. It was, yeah, for sure. And it wasn't late yet. It was right. It was kind of early.
How they trying to force us? I remember looking. I mean, we right here, and then baby, two people wait. It was empty. I coming up there for.
Right. Correct.
A club environment is when one person throws the money, start throwing money, other people come in there, get the ball rolling.
Right.
But it was nothing rolling.
Right.
And usually, when I go to a strip club back then, I at least have $100 or something, 120.
Right.
I ain't throwing that money. Shit.
Right.
It took me a long time to make $120.
That's what about it. Especially back then, people have a different connection with their money. Like, do you think Ja Morant is cheap? He feels cheap in the club if he's in the club? No. Were we making a lot of money back then when we went? No. So it's a different relationship with money. So we're not gonna just let it fly, let our whole check fly because we do have rent.
If I was John Morant at this time in my life for all that money, first of all, that camera be off, that security guard be out the door.
But they go ahead.
Way more women in there, and
they tell him that's for his protection. They got the cameras rolling for his protection, just in case something happened. But we don't need no protection.
Man, I got my boys in here. When a little Webby said it, my boys in here. Ain't nobody gonna act up. This ain't no strip club. But he turned it into
one. Right. Exactly.
Look at this. Look what happened. I don't know, man, brother. I just look at this. How many plates of food are on that coffee table?
At least 5.
Why everybody left? Where everybody at?
Right. And don't it look kind of staged? Like this room looks staged, just the way the money is in there. Like it just looked like it's a room you can go in and make it look like a lot happened in here. You know what I'm saying?
Is this even a strip club?
we don't know. We don't know.
Man,
but like I say, I think it's a smear campaign going for him. I'm not sure why. The first stuff was on him for sure. He shouldn't have did that. But this, I don't know. I just don't feel right.
I know people who done worse in the strip club that was in this photo, brother.
Am I one of them?
No, I ain't never seen you do nothing like that.
You don't remember in Orangeburg? I thought you were talking about okay.
No, man, Brandon. I was trying to save your life. No. I'm talking about watch this. I seen a man giving oral sex to a woman on stage. On stage. I was like, man, this man is crazy, man. But they're licking right there, and we in a strip club, and everybody around. I seen that.
Maybe he's living his best life,
They ain't Orangeburg, Brandon, off 601. No, Brandon. When I seen on that Thursday was nothing worse in this picture than that.
You probably right. I
Nothing worse in this
guarantee that.
picture than that.
Yeah, but we're making a big deal about it. So in closing, what do you think gonna happen next week with John Morant? Because something else is gonna come up.
John Morant need somebody wise, close to his age, who he respect and take influence to move a different way. Because with all that money right there, before I even come up in there, I signed a piece of paper like Tiger Woods said, a non-disclosure. Yeah. You can't show nothing up in this motherfucker.
Right. Well, I'm suing.
I'm coming here. I'm going to spend $15,000 tonight. I don't want no videos. I don't want your security guard can't enter. They stay at the door.
But you know what? But why does he have to pay? John Morant is a star, right?
Brandon,
if he doesn't have the leverage, he doesn't have
the money.
Or do you? Do you have to?
Brandon, I think you make the money.
I think that's the culture we have. I think,
Brandon, if you make the money, you spend. Mm-hmm. Brandon, look at the environment they at, Brandon.
I see.
He gonna say, "What's specials y'all running tonight?" Is he going there to tell us that?
Right. Or could he be like, "I'm John Morant. Do you know who I am? You saw the game last night? That's not leverage. Isn't that what this is?"
You know, Brandon, quit acting like that. You acting crazy. You know what this is, Brandon.
What is this?
2 naked women in here.
Okay.
You got a custom bar.
Who are they though? Who are they?
Who cares who they is?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They over 18, so that's all you need to know.
Okay.
You got 2 people in here. They order. You can see they order some appetizers. All the wings. and they drop money. Who cares? They having a good time.
Right.
He need to pay. Shit.
He needs to pay. Okay. But I'm just trying to figure, because people talk about high value man. Is he a high value man? Does he have worth? Do we overvalue certain women like that and give them the leverage and give them the power? Not trying to be red pill or blue pill or whatever. Just a different way of looking at this.
Per Kevin Samuels, entertainers does not consider as high value.
Mm-hmm.
So no, he's not a high value man. He's an entertainer. That's why he got all this money on the floor.
Okay.
He's not. He's just an entertainer. He's made to put a basketball between the hole. That's it.
Gotcha.
And Brandon, ain't nothing really wrong, man.
I'm not saying anything wrong with it, but let me put you in the situation. You're John Morant. Do you have to spend your money? I mean, I know at this point that money don't matter to him, but like I say, I think we do that so much that we forget about the community. I'm not saying he don't do community work, but people go crazy in the clubs. We'll go in the club and spend what 30%, 40% more on alcohol when we can just go down the street, get a bottle. We tend to spend more in the club and less in our community, less with people who are trying to build businesses, who are trying to do their own thing. We're gone. We're not there when they need our support. But anytime somebody's taking clothes off, we're all there. Lights, camera, action. You get whatever you want. Money isn't a thing.
So if this man spent $5,000 in that one night, what's the big deal, Bernie?
The big deal is our communities are struggling.
And he makes $33,000 a day.
But how many men are doing the same thing? Especially black men. I'm not policing what you're doing with your money, but I'm just saying, why is it so easy to do it here when you can do this anywhere? Like, you think somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, you John Morant, you got to pay if I want to be with you, if I want to give you a dance"? No, you think he got to pay for that? I think it's acceptable to do that. You like, okay, well, hey, I want to talk to you. I'm gonna go ahead and pay. I go ahead and pay, even though I don't need to.
What you trying to say, Brandon?
I think we got a problem with tricking, and we don't trick on our community. We need to be tricking on our community. We need to be trying to be in these kids' life. It's a lot of kids out here. They don't have stuff. They don't have opportunities, and that's why a lot of people tend to move to crime, move to getting in trouble, acting out because they don't have anything else to do. And I'm not trying to blame athletes. I'm not. It's all of our responsibility as a community if we're going to try to uplift each other and do all that stuff. It's talk is cheap, but when it's time to do stuff, where are we?
You're right. That's why you can't look at for no athletes to guide you.
Yeah,
The athletes, I mean, during the pandemic, the government gave enough money to black people to buy the Atlantic,
the Atlanta Hawks.
The Braves, and the Hawks. If every black person in America put it together $100 and said we purchase that, if we don't purchase this, nobody could come to none of your games. We had that power, but
Yeah,
we can't come together and do anything. So,
yeah. But like I said, we got to realize that we have that power. Like I guess sometimes people don't break it down, but like we should be like, hey, let's put all our money into something and do something. Not necessarily all our money, but just put some money so we can be trying to buy stuff. We can try to buy property so we can build stuff in our community. And we can have people fund it, whether it's entertainers. Like I said, I know you're not supposed to be believing or trusting in entertainers to save your community, but they're from our communities, a lot of them. They're looking for tax write-offs.
yeah, they could have done better. I remember Andre 3000 said something like, "How do I look like going to a strip club, throwing all this money on the floor, and you got people who tummies are hurting, don't got nothing to eat?"
Right.
You remember
But
that
like I said,
song?
I kind of remember what you're talking about. But that's what I'm saying. Like people will throw that kind of money in and just it's nothing. Like it's nothing. And then if you ask somebody to borrow $20, they act like you ask to own their soul or something. Like if you ask somebody, hey, can you buy me a meal? They'll probably tell you no. But if
Said
they go to
said they probably tell you no.
yeah, they'll probably tell you no. But if you go to a club or we out celebrating or drinking and stuff like that, it's easier to get people to spend money with you or on you.
Brad, I can let you know a secret. Nobody don't know about me. If a person asks them to buy them some food, not at like a restaurant or something, like really, I buy it, no hesitation.
Okay. And I think I would do the same thing because I guess I would feel uncomfortable telling you no. You asking me for a meal and I say no.
No. See, that's different, Brandon. You say
What you mean?
you would feel uncomfortable. That's wrong. Why you
What you
feel
mean?
uncomfortable? That
I
means
would
somebody
because I
pressure you.
should, but no, but I would feel like dang, I should be able to do that. I'm almost 40 years old, and if somebody asks me for a meal, I should be able to do that, right? I should be far enough in my life where that's not gonna make or break me. Or if somebody need a tank of gas or something like that, I should be able to do that, right? That shouldn't make or break me because I'm not blowing all of my money because, like I say, a rainy day will come up or somebody may need me to bless them in a way. Not saying I'm giving out blessings, but I'm just saying somebody could come into your life and you can really impact them positively and get them through a tough time. Because I'm pretty sure it's been times you needed extra $50 or $100.
Boy, I've been praying to find. Watch this. I can tell a story, Brandon. For the past about a year, I've been praying to God. I said, God, let me just find $50, $100 just on the ground. That's what I want. That'll make my day. If I
Right.
just be walking and I find $50 or $100, I mean, cash money on the ground. And guess what happened about 2 months ago, Brandon?
What? You found it?
No. Listen now. I was walking. I looked at the side of my eye, and I saw something that looked like it was out of 50 or 100 stuffed in a sign. So I walked by, a person was in the house or something, or in a car near. So I said, "Hey, go snatch right there." So I walked by, see the person look. I said, "That must be that person money." Then I walked by and I snatched it. I took that money over, and $50 is $100 bill. And guess what it said, Brady?
What?
This is play money. I said, God, why are you doing this to me? But I didn't ask God. I want real money. I said I want a 50 on 100, and he gave it to me. It was a fake $100 bill.
And you got to be careful what you ask for. You got to be specific about what you ask for when you pray or when you talk to God.
Yeah, that was in February, man.
Okay, I think you told me that. For some reason, I kind
I
of knew
ain't tell
that's
you.
what it. I
I told
thought
my
that's where
mom
that
that.
story was going.
Yeah, I
Okay.
told my mom that. I've been praying about a year. Cause like a $50 or $100 on the ground, nobody see no, it could be nobody around because somebody
Mm,
around, then I really can't do it. But
yeah.
when nobody can't claim it,
Yeah.
I said, "Ooh, that'd be nice."
It just
But
make
I
you
don't.
feel good. Make you
Yeah,
feel like you're lucky, I guess, in a way. Just kind of like hitting a lottery or a scratch off or something like that.
ain't no damn luck. It's a blessing.
Mm.
It's a blessing. All right, Brandon, what you want to do?
You want to do one more thing real quick? Can you do about 5 minutes?
What you got?
Oh no, I thought you had something that you was going to
Oh,
pull up.
okay. Yeah. Shit, you was about gone. You say you want to be quick. Hold on, I got
Yeah.
something. We gonna do something fishing stuff. Next time we talk.
Mm. That's an interesting demo.
What?
The fishing community. And like I say, we're in a lot of these different communities: gaming, fishing, guns. We might not be hardcore. I want to do some wrestling videos too.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't watch new wrestling.
No, I don't watch new wrestling
I
either,
mean,
but
nigga,
I'm talking about just the old stuff.
I gotta find a way to mute it. I fucking win.
play like they tough till a nigga get killed, till
Dang.
a nigga get spilled, till your blood get spilled. I'ma at your favorite rapper, shoot him like a John Deere. I've been with you since day one. Savage, I ain't even hate. So what's up with all that Instagram shit? Savage, I was just playing. Y'all pussy nigga fake.
Dang.
Bitch, I hang around them Haitians. Pull up on your tail.
What happened at the end? I need to see. And I was going to ask you, did you ever think about making this? You see this PSA AK-47 video? Like, I like to see people do these videos, whether they're
Oh,
shooting it
this
or
right here.
yeah. For some reason, I like how this looks.
Yeah, you
and
can't
on
see
my
it, can
phone.
you? Hold on.
Mm-mm.
Hello. Okay. Share screen. Now that gun is made in South Carolina right here.
Okay. But I like these videos, and I think these type of videos are popular and they do well online on YouTube, especially for shorts. And I mean, this is a simple video. This is basically a picture, but he's showing the gun, he's turning it, not even firing it. But I've seen a lot of videos where people are firing guns and switches and stuff like that. But
You said, did I think about doing videos
yeah,
like this?
making videos like this, yeah.
Uh,
Because like I
you
say,
can't
people
show
love people. Go
you
ahead.
can't show all your stuff you have
Okay.
on to the public to make yourself a target
Mm,
or to make somebody's watching your stuff.
I
And
got you.
they know if you come up on this property, you know what's gonna happen. But you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying.
Kayla, everything like this gun right here, it may be illegal in certain states. So
Okay,
you
well,
may
like I
not.
said, I don't know.
you,
Well, you don't want to do that. Well, because there's a chopper and the choppers were banned.
man, if you don't quit saying the word chopper,
It's why you can't say it. You cannot say it.
what you talking about, Harley Davidson?
Well, I know when we were in middle school, they had a CD come out. It was BG Chopper City in the Ghetto.
Ghetto,
And that's when
CD.
I first really knew what they were talking about because I had no idea what a chopper was, and that's kind of where my introduction to this gun came from. Is that CD, which is a good CD. I might try to play some of the songs from it when we get off of here.
My introduction, yeah, you could play about having faggots fuck guys in the ass. But but that's the thing they talk about. I noticed that Juvenile,
Yeah,
Bootsy, BG, gay
and
guys.
Why is that?
Guys are prominent in Louisiana, and gangsters use them to snatch like they did in DC. They roll up in the minivan, snatch a guy up, then bang him in the booty, then let him go.
You're right. That is something that takes place that people don't talk about.
I'm talking about New Orleans.
Yeah. I know.
I
mean, it happens.
400 degrees. No, not for what's the album came out 40 degrees? G Code.
Well,
he talking about some gay guys. Was hitting straight guys at G Code. Down listen to BG, Chopper City in the Ghetto. He talking about some gay guys. Bigger. Now listen to Boosie. Boosie talking about some gay guys. He gonna let the gay guys get to you. I said, what's going on with these gay guys in Louisiana?
Right.
They some gangsters. They, what the band called of Boondocks?
Oh, Gangstalicious.
No, not get on. He's like,
What?
You can have it easy,
Oh yeah.
and you can have it rough. Anyway, I'm gonna get it. And he just died. Rest in peace to that gay guy.
Yeah,
he just died.
Right, I think I heard that.
You know what I'm talking
about? Was it doing like the prison thing?
Yeah.
When Todd, what's the guy, the lawyer? The Todd was talking about going to jail, or he was scared he was gonna go to jail.
You can have it wrong. Booty's booty. I let everybody loves it. You gotta get main thing about going to prison, you gotta get some booty. Now, if I see something, I said, I see you, I like you, and I want
right,
you.
Right, that's it. That's
you got two options. You can have it easy, or you can have it rough. I'm fine with both of them. I'm fine with both of them. Yeah. Now we can make some videos like this, brother. But you gotta be careful.
I'm just asking because I'm not that knowledgeable in the gun world, but people love it.
But what about? Hold on. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Well, talking about the video? This video?
But what about the bear, man?
Oh yeah, that's what I say. Did the bear die? Because it looked like it was still moving. It was getting ready to try to get up. He got shot in the face a little bit more. And where is it? But
now watch this. Usually, that looked like a lever action rifle, probably bigger than what I got, probably a 44 mag or 30. Usually, when you hit something with that type of round, they usually stop chasing you.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes a bear could be on PCP and it could come and get you. That's why you never know what you're going to get. Right. Everybody is different. Some people won't feel the pain and still coming at you.
Right. Well, all right, Lou, we'll wrap it up for today because I think my daughter knocking on the door anyway. But you want to wrap it up? You want to close it this time? This is a pretty good video. Short, but
guys, thank you for watching. Make sure, please hit the like button. Please share this out and please subscribe. Me and Brandon, we have 30,000 watch hours, but we only have 1,300 that count towards us. Yeah. So we need to get that number up. And to get the number up, man, please share, please subscribe.
And I was thinking about doing a giveaway because we can give back because people give their time to our channel. They watch, they comment. So we're probably doing a giveaway of some sort at some point, maybe this month or next month.
We could talk once this thing come off. We will talk about it.
Okay. Yo, thank you for watching. Be safe. Enjoy your Sunday.